in Nikken, you're the only company that has the type of water we sell and the only one that has an idea about magnetics. And so it's a unique field. And again, it establishes something, and try to make an impression to them that you're going to create an environment by where your body actually works better so that it can make better use of whatever else you do. In other words, the nutritional products you take after a month of being exposed to magnetic water and standing on the insoles even in a sleep system will work completely different. But you have to establish the body's ability to regulate itself, and you do that best through exposure to magnetics and to magnetized water. But I've been, for years hearing these types of stories where someone will get up and they'll cry for, they'll start to tell their story and they'll start crying, and they'll talk about how they've been to doctors 4 or 5 times and nobody understood them, nobody could figure out what's wrong with them, and somebody in an elevator gave them a little mattress to lay on, and they slept for 3 days and it went away, right? And they can't figure out what that is. And believe me, you know what that is? That's basically their body actually relaxed enough to shut off the stress response, and homeostasis started to come back, and what they had was just an imbalance of something. But it changes, and those types of stories are amazing to me. I would say that there's probably nothing more important that you could ever learn about or kind of make your hobby than human health, because we're not taught anything about our health as we grow up. No one takes the time to show us anything about your health. And right now, the way that the state of the world's in with pollution and the things that are sprayed on food and all these different aspects that tear your health down, you have to raise your awareness about it on your own, because no one's going to teach the next generation unless it's you. Your kids aren't going to know anything about health unless you take the time now to establish that routine in their life. And this is what I ultimately love about the Nikken home, is that your kids grow up sleeping in a special type of bed. They will always like that type of bed because they've learned that it's beneficial to them and they use it all the time. They know that you have an air filter machine going on in your house. They know that they go out and they get water out of a waterfall because the stuff from the tap tastes terrible once they drink it for a while. All these things make an impression. I've probably talked to 10 kids, no, they're not kids anymore, they're like 20 years old, people in their early 20s who grew up with parents that were in Nikken for a long time, right? And they all said something to me which was very fascinating, and that is that they all said, I'll take vitamins for the rest of my life, because they were always on the kitchen counter next to the toaster. And my parents took them all the time, and they always gave us something with breakfast. So I just think, I got to be paying attention to my health. So they're always in the habit, and they will for the rest of their life because someone showed them that, right? And that's the thing that our generation has the responsibility to do, is to train or teach our kids and their kids, our grandkids, that health is something that you make an effort to have. It's not something that just happens, out of nowhere. It's something usually that you make an effort to eat better, to sleep, drink clean water, take a few supplements. It's just part of your lifestyle. And so that's the main thing. And one of the reasons why I love teaching is that showing people how profound simple nutrients and simple programs can be to changing their life and their enjoyment of life.